curious, slightly ominous. Take a look at the table in front of you, or the mug you're holding. It feels solid, permanent. But quantum physics tells us that the particles making up those objects possess no definite reality until the moment they are measured. Schrödinger's famous cat paradox was designed to show how absurd this is. If quantum rules applied to the macro world, a cat in a box could theoretically exist as a mix of alive and dead states simultaneously. Our everyday intuition completely contradicts the physics of the very small. This leaves us with a massive unanswered question. If the building blocks of our world are flickering, undefined probabilities, why does the macro world refuse to flicker out of existence? Most textbooks teach a convenient workaround. They claim that a quantum wave stays undefined until a conscious observer looks at it, forcing it to snap into reality. But this conscious observer requirement is a myth. Think about the logical flaw here. What exactly triggers the collapse? Does a security camera count? Or a lifeless rock? Does a falling tree in an empty forest need a human witness to physically manifest? This gap in our understanding of reality persisted for 80 years. Finally, in the early 2000s, physicist Wojciech Zurek, working at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, proposed a radical solution to fix this embarrassing blind spot. Zurek realized that consciousness isn't the trigger. There is a mechanical, physical reason the world solidifies without us. He called his theory quantum Darwinism. To understand Zurek's framework, we have to start with a counterintuitive premise. Human beings never directly observe the physical quantum state of any object in the universe. When you see an object, a sequential chain of events occurs. The object must scatter photons into its surroundings. Those photons travel to your eye, strike your retina, and eventually trigger neural networks in your brain. Your brain never touches the original source. Your perception of a physical object relies entirely on interacting with secondary copies of information scattered into the environment. This is where Zurek's mechanics kick in. He proposed that the environment, the air molecules and photons surrounding an object, acts as a relentless, universe-wide copy machine for quantum information. The process mirrors biological evolution. Just as nature selects the traits best suited for a specific habitat, the environment selects which quantum traits are fit enough to be passed on. Fragile, complex quantum states, like a particle existing in two places at once, are mathematically delicate. The moment they interact with the environment, that information is destroyed. It is too fragile to be reliably copied, so it's wiped out. Conversely, stable traits like position and mass are incredibly robust. The environment easily stamps billions of identical copies of these traits into the surrounding particles. While the superposition states shatter and vanish, the stable, classical states survive. This is the definition of quantum Darwinism. Classical reality is formed strictly by the survival of the most redundantly copied quantum information. Zurek grounded this Darwinian metaphor in hard math through a concept called quantum mutual information. This relationship measures exactly how much data about a central quantum system, S, is stored in a tiny fraction of its surrounding environment, E. When Zurek mapped the rate of information transfer, he found something shocking. The data doesn't grow steadily. It plateaus almost instantly. This flat line proves that once a tiny fraction of the environment copies the data, the entire universe achieves consensus. The object is locked into objective existence because its information has already won the copying competition. This math has three massive implications. First, we are permanently locked out of experiencing true quantum reality. We are blinded by the veil of environmental selection. Second, objective reality is not an independent physical truth sitting out there. It is a consensus illusion created because everyone is reading from the exact same environmental data copies. Third, the human brain and its neural network might simply be another internal environment, executing this exact same quantum selection and amplification process. What you call experience might literally be quantum Darwinism happening inside your neurons right now. Building momentum. The universe isn't random. It is a highly selective filter, and reality is simply what quantum information successfully advertises. Next time someone tells you that quantum mechanics means nothing is real, show them this framework. In our next episode, we're looking at the ER equals EPR conjecture, the theory that says black holes and quantum entanglement are the exact same thing. See you there.